Hello, this is Walter Smith on Blue Moon Rising TV. Walter's glass half full. Well, we've taken it international. I'm actually enjoying my family holiday abroad. Beautiful weather. Every reason to be giddy. Let's get looking at some of those comments at aim 6. Not feeling too confident about the West Bromwich Albion game. Now, I know hindsight is a wonderful thing, but I always did predict the victory. If ever there was a game where City actually just laid down a marker, that battering of West Bromwich Albion was the marker set. The club and the fans had to wait till Monday night to get out of the trap, so to speak. We'd seen what all our potential rivals had done over the weekend. I felt a little bit like Prince Charming turning up to the ball and blowing away the competition. I had visions of Jose settling down with his cocoa and his slippers, getting ready to watch the game, seeing what would unfold. I reckon he then went on to order some WD-40 while he prepared the trains, the buses, the coaches, anything to get his hands on to park down at the Etihad next week. Whilst I was watching the game, looking back, how good was David Silva? The man, what can't he do? I reckon he could quite possibly walk on water. And if Yaya continues on with that form like he showed, I think I might be lining up to have his babies. And what about that finish? One of the highlights for me for the game was, I was chuffed to bits that Vincent Kompany banged that goal away. And I thought, what a celebration. Commands the respect of all those watching him, all those who play with him. The guy is an absolute true warrior and a true leader of our club. As for the new kid on the block, Raheem, I thought he added quite a bit of a different dimension to City's play. And I was more than happy with his contribution. For me, he moves the ball so quick. And that's what was missing last year when teams came to park the bus and were trying to break him down. And Raheem actually adds that different dimension for us, which is exciting as anyone to see. City, for me, looked the best team on the opening games of the Premiership. I read a little stat that actually said City completed 211 more passes than any other team. That's absolutely incredible. As I said in the previous video, pre-season is for pre-season, and this was the real acid test on Monday. And did we pass with flying colours and a cherry on top? It's time for the rest of the Premiership. Stand up and take notice. City are coming to a town near you. One of the highlights that did actually make me laugh the next day. I was sat there in the morning, I was watching the Blue Moon Rising TV where the bloke thought it was 2-1. Genius, pal. 2-1. Absolute genius.
Come on, 3-0.
3-0, we won 3-0. We won 3-0.
Abdul Rahim Jamal. A quick question for Walter. What's your top 4 prediction and top scorer? Well, strange enough, I do have a few thoughts about that. I've gone for City as champions. I'm also looking at Chelsea to finish second, Arsenal to finish third, and Manchester United to finish fourth. I was looking at some of the predictions made by these experts and pundits, and every man and his dog has Chelsea down to win the league. And Robbie Savage, yes, that Robbie Savage, and David James actually predict that City are going to finish outside the top 5. All I can say, folks, is I'll have some of what they're drinking. I reckon Robbie Savage is probably drinking, 70s aftershave? Always remember, folks, that Robbie Savage is actually paid a king's ransom to predict and be an expert at football. I hope he doesn't actually take these predictions of his and go down to any local bookmakers, because the man will be absolutely skinned and he won't have enough money to furnish that beautiful barnet. I seen a prediction of Robbie Savage's where he actually said that Manchester United are his favourites to win the title. Yes, that Manchester United. His other prediction was that the surprise package this year, folks, Aston Villa. I'm confident about City finishing top. But why is that? Well, number 1, Aguero. Number 2, Silva. Number 3, Yaya. Number 4, Joe Hart. Number 5, Sterling. Need I go on? Yeah, I think I will. Elsewhere added loads of energy and pace to our midfield as well. I love the idea of these 3 youngsters actually coming into the squad as well. That makes me giddy. And I think they look absolutely terrific and are ready to make that step up. Oh, and did I mention David Silva? I look at the other squads in the league and I think to myself, City have got the strongest squad in my opinion. I mean, there is other players that I would like to cherry pick from those sides. I'd love to have Matic. I'd love to have Hazard. I'd love to have Phil Jones. Just joking about the last one, folks. I do believe, as I said before, we do have the strongest squad, and I think we have the strongest starting 11 as well. I thought it was a masterstroke by City getting Pellegrini to sign that 1-year extension contract. He hasn't got that last season manager syndrome now, where players might start to back off because they think he's not going to be the boss next year. Whether he completes the year or he doesn't, it's a masterstroke by City. Irish Andrew guy. Why does every other Premier League team hate us? I'm one of only 2 City fans in my hometown. Still proud as hell. Good on you, pal. Keep the blue flag flying in your corner of the world. world. Need more people like you. As I stated before, I'm on my jolly holes at the moment, and I feel like I'm in a good position to actually talk about a cross-section of society and what they actually think about City fans. I'm not feeling the hate. You could argue a lot of people are quite envious of the fact that Sheikh Mansour took over our club and they'd wished it happened to theirs. A lot of people I've seemed to have come across have always thought, wish it happened to my team, pal, but good luck to you. You've suffered for long enough. The only problems I ever sort of encountered was people who previously supported one of the top Sky 4. The only reason I found that they didn't like us was that City have well and truly nudged them out of the money trough. Speaking of quite a few West Brom fans who were at the pub that I was watching it at, the impression that I got was they absolutely hated Birmingham, Aston Villa, and strangely enough, Walsall. The nature of a lot of Irish supporters would just seem to encounter that they have no real affiliation with the local area. They learn to love the team because they've been watching it on telly, so a lot of people will be supporting the top four, and that's probably why you're encountering a lot of dislike in that beautiful blue shirt. My advice to you would be, come along to Manchester, come along to a game, have a pint or two, and meet some blue brothers and sisters, and certainly feel the love. So that about sums up another week of Walter's Glass Half Full. Now, if you've got any comments that you need, that bit of positivity injecting into, not that you'll need it after that performance against West Brom, but if you've got any that you'd like to leave, give us a like, leave us a comment, and I'll get in touch. Oh, time for the sunbed.
Okay, we won 2-1. 2-1, come on, 3-0. 3-0, we won 3-0. We won 3-0.